won't none! You don't want none!
What's going on, Tar Heel Nation? It is your favorite North Carolinian, Russ, the Tar Heel, and welcome to Game 7, the immediate reaction following Carolina's 17-16 overtime loss to Virginia in the 130th rendition of the South Sodas rivalry. And first and foremost, man, I just want to congratulate Virginia on completely being handed this stinking game. Carolina dominated this stinking football game in almost every facet. You know, I could easily articulate why Carolina should have won this football game 30-something to stinking 10. Literally, Carolina, time after time after time, had opportunities to completely blow this stinking game wide open at the behest, at the hands of one of the best defensive performances that I've seen in Carolina Blue in a long freaking time. But the offense stinking sucks, and Freddie Kitchens is an absolute stinking embarrassment to Tar Heel Nation. So before I get into the weeds on that one, because I do want to give some helmet stickers for Carolina and stinking Virginia. You know, you might be asking, Russ, why do you got your glasses on? Because I don't want you to see my eyes right now. I'm stinking pissed off, dude. They're literally stinking. I'm upset, okay? I am stinking infuriated with that right there because it did not have to happen. It shouldn't have happened. And it really does. It pisses me off, the stinking high ends, man. I'm trying to keep it professional here. Now, first and foremost, man, I want to get into some good things, okay? Shout out to the stinking defense, bro. Shout out to the defense. Virginia entered this game as the 9th ranked offense in the entire country when it comes to points per game. They were scoring 40 points per game. 40 points per game, over 400 and something yards of total offense, good for 20th in the entire country. Carolina held them to 10 in regulation and 259 yards of total offense in the ball game, and that's including the 25 that they got in stinking overtime when they picked up 7 to start the OT. Carolina's defense was stinking lights out, bro. Absolutely stinking phenomenal. You know, they held Virginia to 7 to 8 of 18 on third down, 0 of 1 on fourth down. They got off stinking the field time and time again. They even had a stinking interception today. They forced a stinking turnover. But no, that wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to score 10, to hold Virginia to 10 stinking points, because Carolina's offense could not be more incompetent. So I want to start off by giving helmet stickers for Carolina. And if I had to give a helmet sticker, the first thing that I would, you know, put a sticker on that helmet, dude, I'd put a sticker on the entire freaking defense, bro. I am so proud of you guys. I've never been more proud of a Carolina defense than what I saw today. That's real talk. You guys put it all out on the stinking line. Your offense just time and time and time again just completely let you down, bro. And you just went out there and you did it again. You did it again, bro. Even when the stinking refs were just making the most boneheaded, abysmal stinking calls. And yes, they did make a couple of them in this football game. The thumbprints are all over them. Really bad PIs, really bad stinking roughing the passer calls. Just typical, you know, status quo, dude. Horrible ACC officiating, you know, in some cases on both sides. But it really did hurt Carolina in a couple of other places. They had their thumbprints all over this one. But that defense thinking came out, dude, and they banged, bro. Melkart Abujade had 3 freaking sacks in this game, dude, and he was all over the place. Another guy that absolutely balled out again, dude, Tyler Thompson had a couple of TFLs. He was all over the place on that side of the football. Andrew Simpson was an absolute menace again. The secondary was good. Caleb Koss was in there making a couple of plays, man. Bro, CJ Sims was making sacks. Leroy Jackson was making plays, bro. Dude, it came from everywhere. The defense was phenomenal. Steve Belichick coached his stinking ass off on that side of the football. He coached his stinking ass off on that side of the football. And if I could give that stinking defense a 1 out of 10, bro, I'd give them a stinking 9.5. I would give them a stinking 9.5 the way that they played with just absolutely no help from the stinking offense. Now, who do I want to give helmet stickers for Virginia? Well, let's start off, dude, by giving a helmet sticker to freaking Freddie Kitchens, bro. Freaking Freddie Kitchens, man. The defense, time and time, got off of the stinking field. They gave you the football back over and over again, and you abandon the run. Then you finally get back to the run, and, it's just every time something started to work, you abandon it. And I just don't understand it for the life of me. Why is Juju off the field? Why is Benjamin Hall only getting 11 carries in this football game? I don't understand it for the life of me, bro. It just defies logic. It defies stinking logic, bro. Listen, I don't have anything against the person. This is strictly about football, okay? Freddie Kitchens is absolutely incompetent in the job that he is being asked to do, and Bill Belichick needs to stinking do the right thing, and he needs to stinking send him on his way or demote him to a stinking position coach. Okay, back to the tight ends you go, because this is atrocious. It is absolutely atrocious for you to be so incompetent. Look no further than the end of the second half, man, where you run a good draw play, you get up there, you burn a stinking timeout, and you know what? That's on Bill Belichick too, because you are the head coach. You burn a stinking timeout, and then you run the same damn play with a different back. He only picks up 7. You have to burn your last timeout when you could have ran 2 or 3 more plays if you just were a normal person and understood clock management. The same thing that Mac Brown was terrible at. You have come in here and you've duplicated the same thing. Just piss poor clock management from this coaching staff. And then you make, Reese, who, look, he should have hit a 50-yarder, but it didn't have to be that difficult. It did not have to be that difficult. You made it that difficult because you have poor clock management. Something has got to stinking give, bro. Helmet sticker for the Who's. First one goes to Freddie Kitchens. The second one, and I hate to stinking do this, dude. Because a lot of it does have to do with Freddie, okay? Gio Lopez played a really good freaking first half. He really did. 173 yards. He passed for more yards in the first half than he had in any other game this season. I'm talking about a 4-quarter football game, even against Richmond and Charlotte. Should have had a touchdown pass, no turnovers, was somewhere around 65-70% completion percentage. Managing the offense well, dude. Even though we still only had stinking 10 points to show for it. Dude, Gio had 35 yards passing in the second half, with a touchdown that he got in overtime and 2 interceptions. And both interceptions were as Carolina was going in and should have stinking gotten points. In either one of those possessions, Carolina can get in field goal range and the game is over. Carolina wins. Carolina stinking wins. Nope. You feel the pressure, you throw it out to the right side. It should have actually been stinking picked off and taken down the sideline for possibly 6 because you were on your ass after somebody hit you. Guy creeps out in the flat, goes right through his stinking hands, bounces off of somebody's stinking helmet up in the air. It's a pick. No points for Carolina. Then there's 22 seconds on the clock. You've got a timeout. I think a timeout or 2. Ball's at stinking midfield. All you got to do, you got, once again, 3 shots, bro. You got 3 plays. You got a timeout to stinking burn. This is between Gio and Freddie Kitchens. You got a 5'8" receiver who's a freshman running a streak on the left sideline, and you throw him a jump ball in double coverage. And yes, the kid should have made the play. It hit him in the stinking hands. Here's the issue. You don't need that play. You don't need it. It's not like he was running wide open down the stinking sideline. He was covered. And yes, he should have made the play, but now it's a stinking turnover. And once again, you completely take away our ability to stink attack on points and win the freaking game. Listen, if I got to give my second Cavalier a stinking a helmet sticker, it's going to be Gio. And I know a lot of you probably don't stinking like that. And I don't give two stinking rips. I love you, Tar Heel Nation. I love you. And I love the stinking defense. And I love this stinking team. But those two individuals, time and time again, okay? It's the same stinking broken record, bro. And you know what? Now it goes to Bill Belichick. Coach, dude, you have got to stinking do something about this, man. You have got to make the necessary stinking changes. I am so sick of hearing that Max Johnson can't do better, or that one of these freshmen can't do stinking better. Dude, what are you talking about? Where are you getting your information? I just don't stinking understand how we can go around this stinking merry-go-round and expect to see anything different after we do a full rotation. You're gonna see the same freaking thing. Are we crazy? Are we stinking crazy, guys? Is that where we're at right now? Take my stinking glasses off. Is that where we're stinking at right now, bro? How in the world does Tony Elliott and the stinking Virginia Cavaliers play absolutely terrible, coach absolutely terrible, but you still somehow get outcoached? Somebody explain it to me, man. Carolina, and we'll finish off with this, okay? Because I'm not going to stinking, just absolutely yell at you guys until your ears stinking fall off your head. Even the 2-point conversion play, which I'm fine with. Great, like it. 3 yards, let's think and get the dub. You draw up a play where the quarterback ends up rolling to his right, back pedaling. And his only real option is to throw it to a back in front of the stinking goal line. I don't know how you can be any more stinking incompetent, bro. I don't know how more incompetent you can be than to sit here and watch this time and time again and then try to make excuses for it. Anybody that says the offense did enough to win this football game, you are out of your stinking mind. The only reason that we were in this football game whatsoever is because the defense played their absolute ass off, and they deserve to stinking win this football game. And guess what? The OC, quarterback play, at times the offensive line, you let the stinking other side of the football down. You did. Defense will never tell you that. Russ is going to stinking tell you that. Because it needs to be stinking said. Sorry, not sorry. It needs to be stinking said. And until feet are held to the fire, until you stinking do something about this, Coach Belichick, you're in the doghouse as far as I'm concerned, bro. You were in Russ the Tar Heel's doghouse. I love you. And I believe, look, I've seen some marked improvement from this team. The problem is that the improvement has come mainly from the defensive side of the football. And if the offense could even be just slightly competent, with slightly competent leadership, dude, this could be a 4-3, 2-1 in the conference team. But no. We're just going to take another trip, another rotation around this stinking merry-go-round, and we're going to see if when we come back to the other side, we can see something new. Goodness gracious, bro. I feel like I'm going crazy, man. Somebody give me a stinking straitjacket. Out of stinking control. Virginia, you're welcome. You were handed this football game on a stinking silver freaking platter. You did not earn this victory. You were given this victory. Actually, it would be more accurate to say that Carolina earned this defeat. And it's even hard to say that because the defense earned the victory and the offense and the offensive coordinator, they earned the stinking L. Crazy, man. Talk about a team that two sides of the football are going in two very different stinking directions, man. I'm pissed off. I told my boy Hutch, man, I said, I'm so angry, and I'm not going to do this, obviously, but I'm so daggone angry right now, dude. I just want to punch brick walls, dude, until I can't feel it anymore. Because the incompetence is just, it's mind-boggling. It's mind-stinking-boggling, bro. And I'm pretty upset because we had, once again, this one in the bag, this stinking close, you know. Not going to really put it on Benjamin Hall. Yeah, bro, you got to stretch it out, man. Got to stretch that stinking ball out. You didn't do it. And guess what? Here we are. Here we stinking are. Another stinking L. Carolina goes to 2-4. 0-3 in the conference. Next up, Friday night, Halloween night, dude. Syracuse. 7:30 kick, man. Be there, be square. You know your boy's going to be there. Eventually, we're going to get over this hump. But I really do feel like, man, that it's not going to come until somebody stinking gets the boot. And it's as clear as freaking day who that needs to be. It could not be any clearer. Anyway, you let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section, Tar Heel Nation. Is your boy on to something, man? Am I on to something? Or is your boy on something? I don't think I know, man. If you haven't already, do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe to the daggum channel. It is still a great day to be a Tar Heel. I wouldn't rather be anything else. But boy, I sure do wish I had a competent OC. Things would be a lot better in life right now. Anyway, love you guys. And we'll catch you on the next one, baby. Go Eels.